So today, we're diving into this really powerful idea that comes from a text inspired by ancient wisdom. It basically asks, what if the secret to changing the world isn't out there with politics or big movements? What if it starts right here, with the person you see in the mirror? This is kind of a roadmap for an inner journey that could, just maybe, change everything. And this, right here, is the hook. The source is basically saying that we're walking through a world that's just brimming with wonder, with all these little mysteries and signposts everywhere, but we're just too distracted to even notice. We're missing out on this entire other layer of reality that's literally right in front of us. So why can't we see all this magic? Well, the way this text explains it, humanity is on this epic journey from darkness to light. And right now, we're smack in the middle of the darkness. It's this time where we think we're so advanced and have it all figured out, but, just look at the state of the world. It tells a completely different story.
And we're not talking about something vague here. This darkness is real. The source points to stuff we see every day: constant fighting, violence, and this just staggering inequality. Get this, just 45 billionaires have more wealth than half the entire planet's population. It's just a world completely out of balance when you compare it to the light of things like love, compassion, and harmony.
So that's a pretty bleak picture, right? It really begs the question, if the problems are so huge and they're all out there, where on earth do we even start to look for a solution? The answer the text gives is, funny enough, both incredibly simple and maybe the hardest thing you'll ever do.
And this is where we get the core idea, the central metaphor for how to fix things. The journey from darkness to light, it doesn't start with trying to fix the world. It starts by tending to your own inner garden. It's an inside job. It's about taking personal responsibility for your own little patch of the world, which is you. I just love this quote because it's so active. This isn't about just sitting back and hoping things get better. No. It means you got to get your hands dirty. You have to actually look inside, identify all those negative thoughts, those bad habits, the weeds, and start pulling them out one by one. And one of the biggest, most common weeds we all deal with is what the text calls cloudy thinking. You know this feeling. We call it brain fog. It's when you feel mentally sluggish, you can't focus, you can't remember things. And the source says this is a direct result of all the chronic stress in our modern world. And it happens when we lose touch with that quiet place inside us. So how do you get rid of the fog? Well, the answer it gives is actually a super practical tool. There's a story about a lawyer, David, who's just completely stressed out. And this is what helps him: meditation. And it's not about totally emptying your mind. That's a huge misconception. It's just 10 minutes, you find a quiet spot, you focus on your breath, and whenever your mind inevitably wanders off, you just gently bring it back. That's it. It's a simple practice that can start to clear those clouds. Okay, so you're clearing your mind, you're tending your garden, but this isn't just about you. What happens next is that this inner work starts to spill out into the world. The calm you're creating inside starts to radiate outward in how you treat other people. And that brings us to kindness, which the text presents as, honestly, a kind of superpower. It's not just a nice thing to do, it's a skill you can train. It's like a muscle. The more you practice being kind, the stronger that muscle gets. And the payoff is huge. It boosts your empathy, it lowers your own stress. It's a win-win.
From kindness, we move to an even deeper practice: non-violence. And it's so important how this is framed. This isn't about being weak or being a doormat. Far from it. It's presented as this active choice, a strength that comes from within, to consciously decide you will not cause harm. That takes real courage.
This quote just brings it all home, doesn't it? Just think about that for a second. This is the end goal of all that inner work, to get to a place where you look at anyone and you see a piece of yourself looking back. And the text asks, if you're in that state, how could you possibly hurt anyone? And just when you think you've got it figured out, tend your garden, be kind. Bam! The text just pulls the camera all the way back. Way, way back. We go from our personal actions to our place in the entire cosmos. And this is where it gets really mind-bending.
So first, let's get some perspective. Our entire civilization, all of recorded history, everything we think of as humanity, is only about 50,000 years old. In the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. It's like a blink of an eye.
Now compare that to the story of the universe. It's billions of years old. It's so ancient, so vast, it's almost impossible to wrap our heads around. And yet here we are, a tiny part of that enormous story.
And this leads to a pretty profound reveal. That giant, ancient universe out there, it's not out there, it's in here. You are literally made of the same stuff. The carbon, the oxygen, all the elements in your body were created in the heart of an ancient star that exploded billions of years ago. You are, quite literally, stardust.
So, okay, we're stardust. We're all connected to everything. What do we do with that information? Well, the text argues that this understanding brings us to a critical moment, a major choice for all of humanity, right here and right now.
And here's the kicker. Nobody is coming to make this choice for us. This is a huge statement about our own power and responsibility. Sure, there might be guides, wisdom, coaches, as the text calls them, but ultimately the ball is in our court. It's on us.
So what does taking on that responsibility look like? Well, it's a combination of everything we've just talked about. It's about consciously choosing to learn kindness and patience. It's about continuing to pull those weeds from our inner garden and sort of recalibrating ourselves. And it's about discovering, as the text says, the laws of the universe inside you.
And this is the idea that just ties it all together. If you are literally a piece of the universe, then it makes perfect sense, right? Your actions aren't just your actions. They are the universe acting through you. They create ripples. Every single thing you do matters.
And here's one last beautiful metaphor to really drive it home. Think of all of humanity as one giant jigsaw puzzle. For that picture to be complete, you need every single piece. Your piece, your life, your choices, isn't just important. The puzzle is literally incomplete without it.
And so, the story doesn't really end here, because it's our story. And the text leaves us with this one last thing to think about. It's an ongoing journey, and it's asking you, personally, to look at your life, your inner garden, and your actions. What is the unique piece of the puzzle that only you can bring?